All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash. Double honor unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000. Back with another lesson. Lord willing, we will be edifying. Name of this one is Black Men Have Lost Many Jobs, their jobs in the last 4 months. All right, over 500,000 black men have lost jobs in just 4 months. All right, and that this is truly a sign of the time. I clipped this image from GMS Dedication. Subscribe to the brother to be edified. All right, but this surely paints a picture here. All right, you see Jake going down. All right, this is truly Jacob's trouble. Things are getting harder. Remember, without a salary, you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your car note, you can't buy food, clothes, shelter, all those things. As the scriptures say, money answereth all things. All right? And, things are just going to get harder. This is what we told you, Jake. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 19. It says, a feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things, right? So money is what gives all things, to be able to pay bills, as we say, we subject unto payments. There, see Jake holding his head there, as we worried about all that shit. And all this here is also a trap for Jake. All right, especially now that if war is already on building up. Jake is gonna want to go to war to get that money. They're gonna be brought down to a low level, and this is also gonna bring in sedition against the government and whatnot. So these devils, I know what they're doing. They're causing frustration. There's just another clip from the brother's channel, brother's post. It says 500,000 black men have lost their jobs in the last 4 months. November 2025, 9.9 million black men employed. February 2026, 9.4 million black men employed. So you see the 0.5, the 500,000. And the sharp drop off at the end of December 2025 into January. And this is not by chance. All right, things have been put in play, to set you Jakes up for that mark. That's where it's going into. And we told you this. All right, so if you didn't listen, that's on you. All right. This is Isaiah 19 and 14. It says, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. And they have caused Egypt, modern day Egypt is America, to err in every work thereof, as a man staggereth in his vomit. Right? Because that's what the ways of Babylon are like, none to vomit. And they're disgusting. Right? It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, right, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And this is where it's heading with AI and robotics. All right? This is where it's heading. Okay? This is where it's heading. It say, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women. Right? And in fact, when you go to Jeremiah 30 and 7, talking about Jacob's trouble, 30 and 5, it goes into that. This is Jeremiah 30 verse 5. It says, for thus saith Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Right? Like the Jake here again holding his head. All right? It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of him through who? The elect. But there's all these other Jakes, the 2/3 in America, and the wicked Jakes around the world, they're not going to be saved from shit. They're going to have to go through that shit. All of us have to go through hell, but they're going to perish. All right? They're going to go and take that MOTV. This is what they're being set up to do. Right, going back into Isaiah 19 and verse 16, it says, in that day, and all you men who feel you're on a level, who feel that, you're high value men, what and what not, you're going to be brought down low. This says a tail or branch, right? So whether they're high or whether they're low, you're gonna be brought down. It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it. All right? Yeah, this is what it is. It says, and the land of Egypt shall be a terror unto, and the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt in truth. Every one that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh of hosts, which he had determined against this wicked land. All right? America, Babylon the Great. All right? Now let's get Ecclesiastes 12. And Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease unto jobs, because they are few, right? So the few jobs, they're gonna push AI and robotics really hard. All right, to set you Jakes up, according to Job 16 and 11. You Jake's gonna be set up for that mark, as I said earlier. But the grinders gonna cease. They're ceasing already. 500,000 men lost their job within practically a month. All right, that's crazy. Okay. It says the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. All right? And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird going to the alarm clock, the birds chirping in the morning. All right? And all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All of you who want to, same in Trinidad, like the party, so-called lime, don't care about the Lord conducting himself in wickedness and revelry, adultery, freaking fairies and batty boyism. This is what they're doing. It ain't going to have no job and no work for you. You're not going to be able to enjoy anything. You're not going to enjoy wine with a song. This is Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 8. It says what? The mirth of the tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Right? Because you didn't want to hear the word of the Lord. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Why? Because they're going to be going into your house to steal, kill, and destroy. All right? Spoil your goods, including your wife and your daughters. This is what's going to happen. Friends are going to fight like bitter enemies. This was building up here when this famine comes, when the oil price, the high oil price from the Strait of Hormuz, continues, and the economies of the world collapse. All right, this is what's going to take place. It says there's a crying for wine in the streets. It's not normal wine. This is the doctrine of the truth. All right, all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. This is what's coming. All right, and it's almost here. All right, and let's get a couple more and close this out. Let's see if we get the book of 2nd Esdras 6, and in around 22, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall be found empty. Yeah, famine is coming. All right, famine is coming. All right, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Imagine that. All right, friends fighting like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear, and those that dwell therein. Right, the springs of the fountain shall stand still. So it's going to be a drought and a famine. And in 3 hours they shall not run. Right, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. So this is what the Lord is bringing it to. He's bringing down this place. He's going to bring down you, Jake's pride, to nothing. All right? You're going to be brought down to nothing. That's really what he's doing. Okay? That's what the Lord is doing. All right? This is 2nd Esdras 50. Just when you thought everything was everything, it was all good. No, it ain't all good. Right? 2nd Esdras 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish, are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all those things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victual shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. And this is what we're telling you, all right, because this is what's going to happen, all right? This is what's going to happen. 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, right? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. This is what we're saying. You're going to be invading your own friend to take his food, his clothing, and his goods. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. No order. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because roadblocks, and they're going to be roadblocks, they're going to be curfews, military checkpoints. All right? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. So it's going to be hell on earth. It's going to be hell on earth. You Jakes have it coming, right? That's it. You have it coming. It's coming to you now, right? With interest, because you didn't listen when the Lord stretched out his arms, and you didn't listen to the prophets. Now we're going to know a prophet had been among you, right? All you Jakes who feel that you're not gonna this not gonna happen, all right? Things gonna be good. Things gonna change back. No, it's not gonna be so. All right. Now is the time for the prophecy to be fulfilled. Every vision is going to be fulfilled. And hey, if this continues, it's going to be hell very soon. Very, very soon it's going to be hell in America, in Babylon the Great. And we've warned you. Repent before it's too late. With that, I pray this lesson was edifying. Till next time, Shalom, Wa, Harag, Babal. Hell on earth. Hell on earth is coming. Shalom.